This video is for the girls, so if you're not a girl, run along now, keep scrolling. I'm just kidding. If you're not a girl and you want to get some insight and you're curious as to what this video is about, then you may stay. I am not here to villainize anybody, okay? I am speaking generally. So there has been an ongoing issue with this generation, and let me tell you, Gen Z for specifics. I am a Gen Z, right? And I just feel like in this generation, it has been a really big issue with men, of course with women too, but since like we're talking about, I'm gonna be talking about men because I am like straight, so I associate with men in that way, so I will be talking about men. But if you're a man, you're watching this, you can be thinking about women when I'm talking about this, because I'm saying, of course, I'm not saying women are better, I'm not saying men are better. Everybody has their own beliefs and values, but of course I'm gonna be talking about men, and that just makes sense. If it was a guy making this video, a straight man, he'd be talking about women. So there's been an ongoing issue in this generation, and it is lust, okay? And you can be like, oh no, like here she goes, she learns a new word and now she's running with it. No, I've known this word for a long ass time, of course, but it has not been applied into my life until like recently. When we're little girls, we watch so many Disney movies, we watch so many fairy movies, all of these little rom-coms, and we're like, oh, I can't wait for this to happen to me. I can't wait for like a prince to come and free me off my feet and save me. We're gonna live happily ever in our little castle. There's gonna be flowers blooming everywhere. There's gonna be a beautiful sunrise every morning. We're gonna have a nice little swimming pool. It's gonna be amazing. Then we're gonna have kids. We're gonna live happily ever after with our children. We're gonna be the happiest family on earth. But as I got older, I realized that's not the case. You're not gonna find your little fairy tale man. Maybe you will, but it's very rare. I've also realized it's very rare in this generation to find something genuine, and that is what I'm about to talk about, okay? And trigger warning, there might be some like sensitive topics in here because I do want to share my experiences, and of course I don't want anyone to feel bad for me, to pity me. You can take this information as you will. I'm gonna share it. You can take it as you will. I don't care what people think of me because it's not my fault that this happened to me. So I don't care what people think. I don't care what image you have of me after I share this. I don't know why I'm sharing it, but it happens to a lot of people, unfortunately. It's a very common thing, and I'm gonna share it just so people kind of understand where I'm coming from. So first of all, let me just explain the lore, okay? So a few months ago, maybe like January, okay, of this year, I was talking to this guy. And a lot of times nowadays, you know, in this generation, people will love bomb you, they'll gaslight you, they'll manipulate you, they'll say whatever they feel they need to say so that they can get what they want out of you. And people will say anything to get into your pants. A man will sell dreams to you, and then once you feel like you're close to him and you feel vulnerable around him, he's gonna swoop in, try to take some shit from you. Once he gets it, he's never gonna speak to you again. I'm not saying all guys are like this, of course. And I'm not gonna blame myself for what happened to me either, because that's not right, but I definitely should have known better in this situation. I should have known better, should have left after the first red flag. But me, I try to see the good in people, and I try to believe that there's good. I used to be a bit delusional because, you know, everybody wants love, but I'm not gonna say that, oh, I would do anything, I would accept anything to get it. Like, no, I'm real strict now, and like that's why I'm strict now. And I kind of hate it in a way because I feel like I'm never gonna truly believe that somebody is genuine and that somebody actually wants me for me, and like blah 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 blah, all of that. So basically what happened, it was literally, first of all, let me tell you, 2 weeks into me talking to this person, okay? 2 weeks in, we were hanging out. And what did he do? He did something very bad. It starts with A and ends with salt, okay? Let me just put that into it. Yeah, so he did that, right? First of all, before this, we literally had a talk. We had a talk on like boundaries and what it was comfortable with, what it wasn't comfortable with, right? And he knew that. He listened. He can read. He's not that stupid. He knows how to read. He read the message and me being like, yeah, like, you know, I got my boundaries. I have not done anything like that. And I literally have not done anything like that. I've never done anything crazy like that. Like, I've never experienced. And honestly, I kind of like it that way because I have my values. I value my body. I would never just give my body out to somebody, especially the way I was raised, the religion I was raised in. Not even just that, but like my morals, my values. I believe that my body is worth way too much to just give to some random person, and I've never done that, and I don't plan on doing it for a long time. Unless I find someone that is actually worth it, someone special, someone that does not do shit like this to me. And I don't know what it was. I think I was blinded. You know when you like someone, you have those rose-colored glasses, you're a little delusional, and you believe that there's so many good things about them. As soon as this happened, I was like, I froze, and I was like, of course. People would be like, oh, like when you get assaulted, like, oh, like, why don't you tell him to stop? Why don't you slap him? Excuse me. If you're like, you'll tell someone about it, and they'd be like, oh, like, well, like, what were you wearing that day or this or that? I was wearing a full sleeve top, full length, baggy jeans with Timbs, okay? And obviously I'm not gonna go into detail of how it happened, what it exactly was, but it was assault, let me tell you that. and I didn't realize it was assault until a month later. We stopped talking a month later, and literally it hit me. It literally dawned on me the day after we stopped talking, and I was like, shit, that happened. And I was like heartbroken. I wasn't even heartbroken about the loss, because obviously it wasn't a loss, but I was heartbroken that something like that happened to me. I was heartbroken that I let somebody do that to me, and I kept speaking to them after it. And you can come at me, you can be like, oh, you have no self-respect, you're this or that. Yeah, I know that, but obviously it wasn't my fault. I was manipulated, I was lied to, and I just thought that it was a good person, right? And now because of what this thing that happened, I just believe, of course, I don't want to sit here and think that every man on the planet is lustful, but most of the ones I have talked to, yes, they'll make so many comments about my body, about my looks. And of course, I want you to compliment me, but like, if that's all you're doing, why are you complimenting my looks more than my personality? Why are you talking about my face or my body? Like, because let me be honest, okay? I'm gonna be honest right now. I am a pretty girl. My body is like, I'll say I have a nice body, and people see that, obviously they can tell, and they're just coming in here commenting about it. And obviously I don't want to hear compliments like that all the time. Like, even some of my friends, of course, if it's a compliment from a girl, it's different, because like, you know, girls are more genuine and they're not like creeps about it. But even when my friends are commenting on my body too much, I'm gonna get irritated. I'm gonna be like, okay, like, what are you doing? And now because of what happened, I just don't believe that someone will actually like me for me. And I don't mean that because I'm insecure. I know I have so many good qualities. I know that. I know deep down I have values. I am not completely the same as a lot of other people in this generation. I have values, I have morals. I would never hurt somebody. I would never do something to them that I wouldn't want them doing to me. I wouldn't do that. I never have bad intentions for anybody. I always have pure intentions. I never meet a friend, I never meet a guy and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play the hell out of this person. I'm gonna break this person's heart. I'm gonna cheat on them. That doesn't even come up in my mind, and it's a bare minimum in this generation because people cannot do this anymore. But it's the bare minimum of being a decent human being. You meet somebody, you like them, you have pure intentions. I'm sure these guys have pure intentions as well, but why are they going around doing shit like this? Why are they doing stuff when you literally specifically told them you can't do this? Because also when this happens to somebody, people are just stupid. People start victim blaming, right? People are gonna come around and being like, did you give him the impression that he could do that? No, I literally told him that exact same day, 5 hours prior, you can't touch these parts of me, you can't. You literally can't. And he literally asked, oh, like, blah, 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 blah. And I said, no, you can't do all of that. And what does he do? 5 hours later, tries touching that. I just felt betrayed. I felt violated. I felt embarrassed. I felt dehumanized. All of that. Nobody wants to go through that. And like, I don't know why, but recently, like, because recently when you think about going back into something with somebody, you'll think about what happened in your past. And I think it's really heartbreaking that people go through things, and because of what they go through in the past, they generalize it onto other people, and they don't even mean to do that. It's like a cognitive process in your brain, because you know, when like you go through trauma, you think that you're gonna keep going through it with different people, even though they're different people. It's not guaranteed that's gonna happen to you, but since it's embedded into our brain that, oh, this is always gonna happen to me unless we go and we heal and we go to therapy and we make a conscious effort to heal it, right? And of course I want to heal from that happening to me, and like, I have moved on from it, but I haven't healed from it fully, and that's why I'm just scared now, because obviously I'm not in any position to be in a relationship right now. I don't want that. I'm not in that stage of my life. I don't want it. I'm not ready for it. But when I do think about like possibly happening one day in the future, it's scary, because I'm like, I don't know, like, what if every man I speak to is lustful? Because literally now, any guy I talk to, he'll make a comment, some lustful comment, and I'll get the ick, and I'll stop talking to him. Because after something like that happens to you, after someone tries showing you that they're not like that they like you for you, and they do some bullshit like that to you, some disgusting, immoral, inhumane stuff, something like that to you, it just makes you believe that. Of course, I'm not trying to generalize. I know there's good men out there, okay? They're very rare. They're extremely rare, but they're somewhere. They're hiding under a rock somewhere, behind a tree somewhere, in a different country, different city, different continent, whatever. But just where I'm at right now, I think about it and I'm like, it sucks. It hurts to think about that, because I don't want to feel that way. I don't want to sit here and remember what happened to me, what, 5 months ago. I don't want to sit here and be thinking about that when I'm talking to somebody. I don't want to let my past affect my future or my present. You can't let that happen. You have to move on from things. But how do you move on from something like that happening to you? Truly, you can accept that not everybody after them is going to do something like that to you, but you don't know. Like, I'm scared of that happening again. Nobody wants that to happen, you know. And after that happened, he texted me. He's like, oh, I'm sorry that I won't let it happen again. But why did he let it happen in the first place? And I should have like said more. I was like, oh yeah, like, I was assertive about it. I'm like, yeah, that made me uncomfortable. Why'd you do that? I told you you can't do that. But I should have said more. I should have been like, why did you even do it in the first place? Literally, what on this planet made you think you could do something like that? What's not clicking? It's not clocking to you that I said you can't do that. It's not clocking to you. Sorry, I'm turning into Justin Bieber. It just makes me so freaking mad. It makes me so mad. Like, I'm over that person 1,000,000%. I'm over all of that. But I'm not over that. It makes me so mad when I think about it, because who do you think you are? Like, who do you think you are that you can do that to somebody? You don't do that to people. You cannot do that to somebody. That's messed up. You don't do that to somebody. Like, you don't. And the fact that I'm over here saying that when people should know that it's wrong. Why am I trying to teach somebody that something that is so clearly wrong is wrong? Shouldn't you know that? Like, do you not have a conscience in your brain? Like, I'm just saying this generation is messed up because so many people watch porn and like they have unrealistic standards of bodies and what that kind of stuff should be like and how it should go, but it's not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be like, you know what I mean? And I just think it's disgusting. And also like watching Love Island and stuff, you know, these guys are going around kissing multiple women in one day. The women aren't even doing that. Like, I don't know. And I know men get assaulted too. I'm sorry if this has happened to anybody watching. If you've been assaulted or you know any of that, I'm so sorry. You did not deserve it. It was not your fault. And I had to tell myself so many times it wasn't my fault, because it was not my fault. I did not give him the impression that he could do that, and he just went and tried, and I stopped it. Of course I stopped it. If I hadn't stopped it, imagine what happened. If I was like out of it and he still did it, imagine what would have happened. People don't take this stuff seriously, and it's just really heartbreaking. I just want to be looked at as a human being. But when a man makes one singular comment about my body, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think, okay, like no one wants to get to know each other anymore. People just want to smash and then never speak again, because like I feel like now also there's hookup culture and people are so integrated into the fact that, oh, like I met this person at the club, you know, we did this, we did that, and then we like never spoke again. And I'm just like, what? I'm sure other generations were like this as well, but I don't know why this generation is so much more prevalent. I don't know if it's like the music people listen to, the media we consume. I don't know why people think it's okay to just go look at somebody. Like, you're looking at someone's face, but you don't see their soul, you don't see their face. You think about what their body looks like, you think about, oh, how big their butt is, how this, how that. You're not even thinking about their face, you're not thinking about the fact that they're human, they have a soul, they have hobbies, they have personalities. And I feel like a lot of times now, people are not looked at as humans. Women are not looked at as humans. Some men aren't looked at as humans. Because, of course, girls are lustful. Women are lustful. Men are lustful. And it's normal. It's a normal human feeling, okay? I know. Everybody feels it. We all feel it, okay? We all feel lust sometimes. We get that kind of way. But it doesn't have to be said. It doesn't have to be acted on. That's what I'm saying. Not every feeling has to be acted on. Because it's a normal human feeling, of course. I am acknowledging that. I know. I'm admitting that. It's true. No matter how you're brought up, what religion, we feel lust. Okay, we feel it, but that doesn't mean that we have to act on it. Doesn't mean we have to go comment on someone's body. Like, people are so weird. Like, people have no shame, I'm just telling you. And I am yet to find somebody that does have shame and is not lustful. I wish people were more deep now. They're more deeply oriented, because for me, like, I value connections. I value emotional connections. Of course, physical connections are good too, but I want an emotional connection because I'm an emotional person, you know? Whenever I'm talking to somebody, I want to have deep convos. I want to know, like, oh, what makes them them. We at first want to know about their emotion, their soul, you know? I want like those deep soul connections. I want to merge souls, you know? I don't want to merge bodies. I want to merge souls. Like, soul. These are our souls, not our bodies. But people don't get it. I'm not trying to change anybody that is a certain way, but you can change, you know? Like, if you feel like lust is overtaking you too much, you can definitely make a conscious effort to change. I feel like, yes, you can feel lust, but you don't have to be commenting about it. You don't have to be acting on it. You don't have to be commenting on how fat some girl's butt is. It doesn't have to be acted on all the time, and people fail to realize that. And I just think, like, I do think it's sad that I think about, you know, finding love one day, because I want to find love so bad, you know, because at my core, I'm a lover girl, and, like, you know, I feel so deeply for people. But the last time I did that, it wasn't reciprocated. They did this shit to me, they assaulted me, and I was like, oh, gave me a really big reality check, you know? And of course, again, not everybody's gonna do that. I really pray not the next whoever I speak to in the future, whenever, isn't gonna do that. I don't think he's going to do that. But, like, who even knows anymore? Like, I never thought this would happen to me. This is probably one of the worst things that's happened to me in terms of my life. It's one of the worst things that's happened to me. And I do want to speak out about it and just say, again, it's not your fault if it happens. After this happens to you, of course, you're gonna think that not everybody is genuine. Not everybody wants to get to know you, because people don't even try anymore. They'll have these dry convos, they'll say some lustful shit, some horny shit, and then I'll be like, okay, no, I don't want to get involved with something like that again, because the way this person had me fooled, acting like he wasn't lustful, oh, and I thought he wasn't, And then I did get some hints. I didn't run after those hints, and then this happened to me. And I'm just disgusted. I'm disgusted with that person. I hope that he never does that to anybody again. Literally, after, like, my first thought after we stopped talking was, I really hope whatever next girl he speaks to does not have to go through this. Because the last girl went through it, I went through it. Like, how are you gonna do that twice? Not even just once. You did it twice. You didn't learn the first time. You did it a second time. Like, that is just sick. Oh my god, it makes me so sick. It makes me so freaking mad. Like, genuinely, I hope this person just heals from whatever he's going through that caused him to do this to 2 people in the span of 6 months. I hope he heals from that. And that's all I have to say. And I hope that if you are lustful, please don't do something like that to somebody. It can really it can just mess up their thinking, you know? It can mess up their perception of love and just all that. I don't want any lustful man to think that I am his soulmate, because I'm not. I'm not. I want someone that thinks the same as me. I want someone that is a deep thinker and that cares more about, like, emotional than physical. There are physical and emotional components to every relationship, but there has to be a balance. That's what I'm saying. And I have not seen that yet in, like, my own experiences, which is why I just don't know anymore. Like, I really don't know anymore. And that's why I'm out here preaching, like, oh, men are so lustful. That's why I think that they're lustful, because it's happened to me. And I'm not going to try to justify me thinking that because of what happened to me, but it does go together, you know. And I am trying to get over that fear and get over that narrative that all men are like that. But so far, most men I have met or spoken to are like that. And that's the truth. Like, and unfortunately, yes. And I'm sure men have also dealt with lustful women. So don't get mad at me being like, oh, like, women are lustful too. Women do this too. Well, yes, I know that, okay? But I don't go for women. I go for men. So that's what I'm talking about, the men. It's just sad. Like, I was thinking about it today. It was upsetting me. And I'm like, you know, what if I do a YouTube video on it? I don't know who's going to watch this. But it's for the girls, because I'm sure a lot of you guys relate. I'm sure, unfortunately, same thing may have happened to you when you feel a similar way. And I'm so sorry it happened to you. Whoever just happened to, men, women, whoever. I'm sorry it happened to you. It was not your fault. And I do hope you heal from it, and I hope you find someone way better, because you deserve somebody way better. And I just know I don't deserve somebody like that. I don't. I deserve somebody very, 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 very good. I will find it one day, but if I don't, it's okay. He's probably hiding under a rock somewhere, but he's so cute. I showed you guys him in my video. He's a baby. He's adorable. But yeah, that was my little rant for today. I'll post soon. I have some video ideas coming up for, like, Stampede and this and that. I hope you guys have a great day. And I'm just sick of people being lustful. Like, just stop it. Just stop. Just stop. Like, just stop. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you being gross? I just wanted to share that, you know, so people can make sense of why I'm like this. People can make sense of why I get so mad when, like, a lustful comment happens. Because it's just disgusting. Like, you don't want to get to know me? Fine. I don't want to get to know you either. Like, I just want to be looked at as a human being. I don't want to be looked at as a face or a body. I just want to be looked at as a human being with hobbies, with values, with a soul, with a personality, okay? It's not just about looks. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and I will see you guys soon. Mwah.